A lot of my subscribers out there email me wanting tech tips. So in this episode, I'm going to be giving a lot of how-tos and MODELMIND72 tips. So use your pause button if you need to go back and study something. Screaming burnouts coming at you out of the Wicked Wizard Garage. MODELMIND72 here with another episode of Channel Talk, episode 8. We're going to get into it nice and quick here. A lot of people have asked me, what are some of the tools that I use to build. So I'm going to go over a couple of things just to kind of throw some ideas out there. The number one idea that you should keep in mind and that you should always build with is whatever you come across in your projects that works for you, use that. It really doesn't get any simpler than that. If you find a product that you like, use it and build. Always experiment, always have an open mind and try new things, because one thing that don't work on this project might work on the next project. I want to throw out a disclaimer that anytime you're working with X-Acto knives and blades and paints and tools of that nature, you have to always consider safety. So always wear your safety glasses if you're using a Dremel and tools like power tools. Be of the utmost careful if you're using an X-Acto knife, blade. Those things are like precision instruments, and they can cut you. I've never been cut by one, luckily, because I've always been very careful and respectful of the blade. So just keep that in mind. And respirators for paints, stuff like that. Always consider your safety number one priority, because if you're not safe and you get hurt, well, then you can't build no more, and that's not why we're here. So with all that out of the way, let's get to it. I use a variety of paints. I'm always experimenting with paints. Some that I have run across that I like are some of these. The Testors acrylic. This is water wash up, so you don't have to do the lacquer thinner. I do use the lacquer based ones that you have to use with lacquer thinner to clean up as well. Those are good too. But for easy wash up, the acrylic Testors little bottles here, I find these are awesome, and for everything you put them on. The little 1/4 ounce bottles here. I have a nice array of those pretty colors to detail parts with. This is a Pure Ice nail polish. This is a brand that I found that I like. This particular one is Magic, Pure Ice Magic. It was on the Scrapulator 1967 Chevelle build. The dashboard, the block, the rear end, nail polish, and the seats, those custom seats. Pure Ice Magic nail polish. Really, really pretty color. But they come in all nail polish is also cool. Americana acrylic paint. This is a really cool brand I ran across that I like. Americana. I like that, using that one. Folk Art. I don't know if y'all have heard of them, but they've got a really nice line out. This is the metallic. They have metallics. They have plaids. This one's Extreme Glitter. This one was used on the 1955 Ford step sign Divine Sunrise build. So I like folk art. They got some really good paint. The apple barrel. This is gloss acrylic. All these the Americana and the folk art and apple barrel. They're all water wash up, clean up, so it's easy clean up with your brushes and everything. That's one reason why I use them, because it's in and out process. Like I say, I do clean up with my lacquer thinner on the ones that have to, that are lacquer based, but these are all really good ones to use. Some cutting utensils. I got this one at Hobby Lobby, USA. Just a regular X-Acto blade. But I have different ones for different purposes depending on, what job you're doing. This one right here, it's got a bigger handle so you can kind of get your hand, in a good comfortable position when you're cutting. That's a different style blade too, for when you're going with down cuts and rolling, stuff like that. This particular kit right here is a whole kit of blades, and it comes with this one right here that has like a really meaty handle on it. So if you're doing a really big piece, this right here is a good handle that you can get some good cutting action going with. But it comes with all these blades, and depending on what procedure you're doing, that's awesome. I don't have it, but the box cutter, I use the box cutter with these particular blades right here. That's also an excellent cutting device. For pure styrene domination, this is my little file pack I got. Got different size files in there. You got your equaling mill, your Warden flat, your round, your square, your 3 square, your half round. I mean, it's pretty much got anything you need. Also, it's got this little handle here, so you just slip your file in there. Just slip your file in right here and tighten it down, and then you're actually molding your piece to wherever you like it. On this 67 Impala, I'm scratch building the chassis. I'm using these wood skewers. I use so many different materials. I don't discriminate at all. Whatever I got on hand or whatever I can find, I use. This is brass tube by K&S Engineering, made in the USA. Brass tubing. This is brass rod, K&S brass rod. And what I found for that, a lot of people don't use that because it's hard to cut. This little brass cutter by Brasscraft. It cuts aluminum too. Aluminum tubing, brass tubing, stuff like that. It's called Brasscraft. It goes from a 1/8 up to a 5/8. You just slip that on, and it works wonders, guys. When you got the right tool, this brass and aluminum tubing is no joke to cut around. But on the 67 here, I am scratch building the whole chassis using wood skewers and brass tubing, and metal paper clips, styrene. I'm using the back half of the tubs from the Pro Sportsman chassis, but everything else is being scratch built so far. MODELMIND72, wanting to give a great big shout out to all my subscribers. You guys are the best, and thanks for checking out the channel and digging all the builds.